Welcome to OmniTalk powered by NXTsoft. I'm your host, Amy Rice, and OmniTalk is a podcast focusing on fintech and how it affects banks and credit unions. Today, we're picking up right where we left off of our last episode. Randy Goggans, sales partner for NXTsoft, will continue to share his extensive knowledge about the financial industry and how NXTsoft is helping fintech companies connect to every U.S. core vendor in the market. Not worrying about the integration piece of the puzzle allows them to focus their valuable time, money, and resources on making their solution even better. You mentioned fintech partners, and I know there's definitely the staples. There's Ellie Mae and there's MortgageBot, but there's also a lot of new fintech partners out there that allows kind of people to do more with their data. I just had a podcast with Lokiata, and they're into AI. Can you talk a little bit about kind of the benefit of being able to work with any partner for a bank or credit union?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, we are totally unbiased as to the size or scope of a partner that is, the only requirement we have at NXTsoft is that you're selling to banks and credit unions. So, because that's our market, that's what we help you do. I would say, we've got partners today all over the board, from the really large mortgage processors, the Ellie Mays, all the way down to a fintech with 40 customers. The good thing about NXTsoft is that, one way to think about us is that we've already got these connections built. And we've been, it's people ask us all the time, what is your niche? What is your niche? Why can't I just go, build these integrations myself? Well, the niche is, it's taken us, it's just time. It's taken us, there's a lot of companies that could probably go build the integration. Working with the core systems and getting integration to each one of those core systems that we've done over 25 years takes a lot of time. So the institutions and the fintechs need the solution now. They cannot build for 10 or 15 to 20 years this solution, and because they need it right now. This is the consumer demand right now. So the answer to your question is, any partner out there that's listening to this podcast, and a partner can be really any fintech that needs data, to run their application. And what we're finding is these partners like Kasasa and Bottom Line Technologies, a lot of these partnerships we have in place, even though they're larger companies, what they don't want to do, and they could probably, they want to be in the software business, or the product business, selling products to their market of banks and credit unions. They don't want to be in the integration layer business, writing APIs, having a development team, ongoing support, maintenance, security. That is not their business. So the concept of outsourcing that out and basically leasing the API connectivity from NXTsoft is just a good business model. So the answer to your question is, any fintech out there that wants to open up their market and have access to all the core systems in the U.S., give us a call. And our process is very, very simple to become a partner of NXTsoft. There is a fee to be a partner, a monthly fee. It is, what that monthly fee covers is the initial development of the integration between NXTsoft and that partner into all the core systems. And then that also covers, a maintenance and support of ongoing. So we take care of that whole process on behalf of that partner. But we are, 2021 is going to be a big year for NXTsoft on bringing on new partnerships, because really what we want to do as a company is we want to add value to the whole market. We want to add value, like I said, to the banks, the credit unions, give them the ability to buy from the best of the best, what they perceive as the best, not just what they're maybe forced into being offered from an existing vendor. And then on the fintech side, we're seeing not just domestic companies. We're seeing a lot of international fintechs with very, very interesting technology that, as a consumer, I'm interested in. And I may be different, but I think I'm a lot like a lot of other people that I want the technology I use today to be very quick, easy, effective, and meet a need that I need. So there's a lot of international companies out there, and if you're an international fintech, we've got a lot of them on board right now that are looking at coming into the U.S. with their solutions, and we're a perfect fit for an international solution that is looking to get into this market and immediately give you connectivity to all the core banking systems so you could come in. And that's really been, we've got previous experience at companies, international companies that have made attempts to come into the market, but without connectivity in the U.S. market to the core banking systems, it's very hard to sell product. So we are definitely meeting that pain point for domestic fintechs and international fintechs.
Awesome. I mean, it sounds like being a partner of NXTsoft is a lot better than, employing and having a whole team of developers when NXTsoft can just kind of take it over and, make sure that piece is taken care of. Right.
Yeah. And we're a really good partner. We see a lot of our business partners that utilize, our integration. We are not the company that they're trying to bury in their contract, and they use the relationship with NXTsoft to help them be competitive and sell more product. Because what we see, going back to the 2021, what we see banks starting to ask third-party vendors when they meet them at a show or a virtual show or whatever you want to call it these days, or a vendor tries to sell them a product, the very first question they ask that vendor is, do you have connectivity to my core system? And not just a general company, but my core system. And usually what we're seeing is if that vendor says no, we'll figure something out, they're moving on to the next. They're out of the process. They're not even involved with that. So that is a major competitive advantage to the fintechs today, to be able to walk into any institution and say, if you like our product, you're welcome to buy it. We've got an integration company, NXTsoft, who works with over 1,500 banks and credit unions, have been in business for 25 years. They take care of the integration between our product and your core system, so you don't have to do anything. And the banks and credit unions love that. They also, just like the fintechs not wanting to spend time building integrations and supporting and maintaining it, even more so, the banks and credit unions do not want to get involved with that because they don't have the expertise to do that, to build integration. And, their expertise is taking in deposits and making loans, which it should be. So we take care of a big pain point between the banks, the fintechs, and the core system.
Awesome. Well, I know that we could probably talk about this all day, but I'm going to cut it off here. Okay. I just have one more question. And this is a question that I typically ask everyone that comes on my podcast. We're coming up kind of on a year of dealing with the pandemic and of COVID-19, and I definitely haven't traveled where I would like to travel to. You probably have the same. So my question is, what is your favorite place that you've ever traveled?
That's really easy question. I don't like cold weather. I just don't. I don't like it. So by far, 100% Bahamas. I love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I live in Florida, so I don't have to deal with the cold that much. But the Bahamas definitely sounds like a place to be right now.
Absolutely. And thanks so much for doing this, and hopefully it'll be valuable for the market, including banks, fintechs. But like I said, we have a really strong team here, and we're meeting a big pain point. And what we're doing is really helping grow value in the fintech businesses out there, as well as meet a big pain point solution for the financial institutions. And so if you're a partner looking for integration, give us a call. We're very accessible, and we'd love to talk to you. And if you're just a bank or credit union out there looking for more information on how you can partner with an integration company, you're welcome to give us a call as well. And we're very responsive. So appreciate the time.
Great. Thanks so much for your time and for being on the podcast, Randy. This episode of OmniTalk was sponsored by NXTsoft. NXTsoft is your all-in-one stop to help your company secure, connect, and optimize your data. Welcome to Data Done Right. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of OmniTalk. On our next episode, Jeff Dixon, Client Care Team Lead, will be talking about NXTsoft's client experience and how his team is helping to ensure that you never have to worry about connectivity ever again. As always, stay safe, stay well, and see you next time.